here for Interception Belgium.
Pref is a British artist living and working in Belgium and well known for his unique typographic murals and gallery works, incorporating an exploration of common words and phrases. Pref grew up in northwest London and has been developing his role and reputation as an international graffiti and mural artist for over 20 years, initially studying design communication at Chelsea College of Art and working as an art director before going on to focus full-time on his art practice. His work is highly regarded for its ingenious examination of the way we use and perceive lettering.
Whereabouts are you from then? London. Tell us a little bit about your background. You're from England?
Yeah, from London, yeah.
Okay.
London, England, yeah. I studied graphic design in England after school. I mean, graffiti was my first love really before university and all of that. And then sort of thought I'd better learn something that's going to give me a trade or a job, and sort of fell in love with graphic design and worked in that for a bit, had my own business, my own studio, and did that for like 7 years or something, but was always painting on the side and was always building like what I was doing with graffiti completely separately. You know, nobody from my work life really knew that I'd painted on the weekends or whatever. And eventually it just picked up pace a little bit, and I was watching my friends kind of do it full time, and I was stuck behind a computer in an office all day, every day, and just thought, this is not going to be it for me forever. I have to try and give it a go, you know, try and move over to just making my art full time, so, which is where I'm at now. But yeah, so all of my past and my training in graphic design, I still a part of my work process today, you know, the language and the aesthetic, and I'm very much interested in that line between graphic design and fine art, and where do those two kind of meet, I guess, and how much of the same language can be used in both worlds.
Do you think that this is easier than it used to be 20 years ago? Because in my memory, it was like if you were a graphic designer and you had too much influence of graphic design in what you consider to be art, other people would refuse this being art.
Yeah, I agree. I think I've been thinking about this a lot recently, and I think a lot of it is down to the time that I was born. I mean, if I was born between the two wars, I might be an abstract expressionist.
Yeah.
You know, the generation that I am from is very much, you know, it's a very common story. Skateboarding, graffiti, hip hop, you know, graphic design, stickers, band logos. I mean, this is really the generation I'm from, and even the era of graffiti that I'm from is very particular. It's not really cool today in the world of graffiti that I grew up in. So you have to remember that too, you know, it's not that I'm from graffiti and today the kids of graffiti today think what I do is cool. It's not, you know.
Yeah, with us it's a running gag because like we're also a bit older and like still in love with graffiti, but we know that in the eyes of young people we're just like dinosaurs, like old, you know, like if you're wearing like clothes from 20 years ago and think you're still cool and everybody's thinking like, you're not. You're old. You're stuck in the past, you know. But I think also the group of people that has grown out of the scene is very big. So we are so many that we can like contain our scene. And on the other hand, I think the line is always being pushed, you know? Something that was said could not be art is art now.
Yeah, I agree. You know, the spirit of graffiti, the spirit of doing what you want without needing to be asked or told to do it is really what drives us into the art world, because it's like, well, this is a world maybe not built for what I'm doing, but who cares? This is the spirit of what I've been doing, is about not waiting for somebody to ask me to do it, not waiting for somebody to invite me. I'm just going to do it of my own accord, how I want to do it.
So how does everyday life look for you guys? You've got like a 9 to 5 going, or?
Well, yeah, we wake up early and both start painting, and we'll paint until lunchtime, which was at 12 on the dot every day.
Yeah.
German.
And then warm food?
Warm food every
Always
day,
warm
cook
food.
lunch every day.
Okay.
Every day cook lunch. Then might have a nap. And then spend the afternoon working, then dinner at 6
But
on
I
the
work
dot.
side by side.
No, my studio is
Really?
on the 3rd floor and her
Because
studio
I
is
think
on.
this is interesting. If you're working there and talking, or if everybody.
Well, we-
because I
we're-
think in London, we got stuck in London for what, 7 months during lockdown in his studio.
Living in my
camping.
studio.
And he didn't like it because I could see what he was doing, and then I comment as it's.
Something you're trying out or something
he likes
that...
to show when it's done, but not in the process. I don't mind if he watches me paint, but.
But that's really special, a couple living together and working together. I mean, the first question is, can you guys live off this? Does that work?
I mean, we do. We both live full time from our art now, yeah. So.
Can you show some artworks?
Yeah, so these are, here's some which were like used as tests. The process of the paper cut process means that sometimes I get to the end and I don't like it.
Ah, because sometimes on the photos I've seen it looks like as you would work with stencil.
No, it's no stencil or tape. So basically the artwork starts
Wow,
face down. So
crazy.
So what happens is I sketch my design in reverse on the back. You can see the pencil and pen lines. And I draw it very carefully, and then I draw in each cell what color it's going to be, so I make a code for all the different colors. And then I very carefully, I cut with a knife, I cut each line really carefully. And then what I have is like a frame with like loads of pieces. So then I group the pieces into colors, and then I paint them all, spray paint. And then what I'm left with is all these painted pieces and the frame, and I reassemble it like a puzzle. But I do it face down, like this.
Okay. And who taught you this technique?
I just made it up myself.
And how were the steps of...
Painful.
Yeah?
It's taken 7 years to get to this stage because the materials, trying to use archival materials, which glues and paints and papers which don't yellow or deteriorate over time has been the biggest challenge. And obviously paper doesn't want to do this.
Yeah, touch?
Yeah, it wants to react to water, it doesn't want to stay flat, and so it's taken a long time to get it to this stage where it's flat. So
this is the same?
yes, the same.
technique
All my
as this?
painting, all my paintings
Okay, but
are like
could
this.
you explain how it comes from here to there? Maybe we can turn it around?
So once I assemble everything face down. So I don't see the picture until it's
You don't
finished.
turn it?
I can't. Because if I move it, all the pieces fall out.
Ah, okay.
So I stick and assemble everything until it's finished. And then, after like 1 week or 1.5, I turn it over and I go, oh shit, no.
I forgot
I
something.
don't like it.
I don't like
Or
it.
the colors don't work. Because sometimes the colors, they work in a group of cans or where I'm testing, but I put the colors together and it's not, something's not working about this, it's not right. So, but it's part of the beauty of it.
Yeah.
If I could see along the way, maybe I wouldn't make a mistake this so far down the line.
And until how far do you accept mistakes or imperfections?
It depends.
Yeah, because I mean, in a way, something you must accept.
Yeah, of course. Sometimes one letter I forgot to draw backwards.
Okay.
So sometimes when you turn it around, one letter is in reverse.
Yes.
This is another one you can see here. Again, the colors didn't work for me because the illusion of the 3D illusion doesn't work. And I remade this for my exhibition in blacks, which worked really well. But here there was a piece missing. So sometimes I'll get to the end.
Yes.
Where's the piece?
Yeah.
And I have to look, and I'm looking, and look at my floor. It looks like thousands of bits of paper. So sometimes I just have to give up. I can't find it because it's impossible to remake.
Yes.
Because if you remake it, because I don't use a ruler to cut any lines.
Okay.
I really like the lines to be wobbly and free. And it means that that's a very unique shape. So even if I tried to recut that line, when you stick the piece in, you would get like a gap. It wouldn't fit like this does, where it's like perfect.
And tell me about the 3D illusion. I mean, this is like a big part of your work.
Yeah.
And so, like, when you was a kid, you were a big fan of Escher, for example?
No.
So where did you pick up, like, working so much in 3D?
Don't know. I think from working with typography and doing graffiti, I think at one point I really just wanted it to have more depth.
Okay, but I mean, for me, for example, 3D, like thinking in 3D and understanding 3D was always too difficult. I never had been capable to see through. So for you, it's natural?
No, I'm not into 3D software. I'm really terrible with moving image and video. I like things to be 2D and flat. I just, it's very basic 3D, that's the thing. I'm not interested in making it technically correct.
Explain a bit about these specific artworks?
Yeah, I mean, part of what I wanted to achieve with the works was to show all of the kind of routes that I've been exploring with the different kind of styles, I guess. So some of them are this sort of more abstract idea, which is more about composition and color and movement and trying to create a feeling.
But here I cannot read letters. Or are they...
No, they're all letters, yeah.
Still?
Yeah.
Could you explain it to us?
So this is, I actually pulled this one out because we spoke earlier today about how many mistakes do you let slide.
Yes.
So this one is a funny story because the original idea was that it said 1-to-1.
Okay.
And that one of the words one was blue and very angular.
Yes.
And the other word one was yellow and very curvy.
Yes.
So a 1-to-1 is like a conversation. So I wanted it to be like the blue angular having a conversation with the very curvy yellow. So I wanted it with the two in the middle becoming almost like the referee, kind of, you know, almost judicating the conversation or the argument. Anyway, that was the idea behind the painting. But then here you can see, so this is an O. It's kind of like a loop shape.
This is not an O.
It's an O, yeah. This is the hole inside the O.
Okay, now I got it.
Yeah?
Yeah, sometimes a bit slow.
It's folding, it's self-folding, and the same here, an O. Well, here is the N. You can see that's the top of the N, it's actually upside down.
Okay.
And here's the other O here. So what I forgot to do in the process was make one of the O's into an E, which I would have done, made it a lowercase e, connected a thing and put in a thing, but I forgot.
Because it's so complicated.
Because it's so complicated, and I'm looking at it face down, the wrong way around, and I turn it over at the end. And I was like, fuck, it says ono to ono, it doesn't say 1-to-1, it says ono to ono.
So you took it out of the show? No,
I put it in because ono is like an abbreviation you would put in an advert in the newspaper if you were selling something. You would say £120 or nearest offer, ono. And when I was a young child, my stepfather made his money selling things in the second-hand newspaper.
Oh, okay.
And so he would have phone numbers struck off because if you were a dealer, you had to pay for your ads. It was just for like somebody selling a pair of shoes or a bike, but he made a business from it. So he was constantly having new phone lines put in, constantly phone calls and travelled about this thing. So because all of the wording and all of my work is always autobiographical of some sort, it's always about something in my life currently or something in the past or something that resonates with my life story. And because it kind of turned out to be ono to ono, and ono to ono or nearest offer is about a bargaining situation between two people. So it spoke again about this conversation between the yellow and the blue and the curvy and the angular.
So like, if every artwork has like a story, do you write it down?
No.
But you should probably.
Well, I don't need to. I can tell you what they all are, but I like that somebody looks at it and maybe makes their own story.
So I think we should agree on leaving the interpretation to the viewers.
Yeah.
Perfect. Sure. In Germany we're saying if you have guests, you're happy twice, when they come and when they leave. So, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you guys.